I have a vision. It's blurry, but it's there. Ow, there's something on my shoe. I don't have a shoe on. I meant my sock. I think it's inside my sock though, like on my foot. Yeah, okay. There's literally a piece of wood on the floor. This was on the floor. Oh my gosh, my bra is literally attached to it. Okie dokie. So, initially, I was going to make a fun, complex, fairy Pixie Hollow inspired outfit for my birthday. And then I thought, maybe I don't feel like doing that right now. And I thought, well, for my birthday, why not I just make what I want? And what I want is to make a comfy little shorts and sweater set. So that's what I'm going to do. It's my birthday, I can do what I want. Now, is it my birthday now? No. Is this something that I'm going to wear on my birthday? Maybe. We'll see. I'm going to a salt cave for my birthday because my asthma is interesting and I'm just trying some things out. And so my mom was like, you want to go to a salt cave for your birthday? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I freaking do. So we'll see if I wear this to the salt cave. Also, by the time this is up, my birthday's probably long since passed. Anyway, my plan is to make a pair of striped shorts with a striped sweater or a striped cardigan with a striped tank. It depends on how much yarn I have left, but I am starting with the shorts. And I have the perfect yarn. I've been waiting to use this yarn, and why not use the yarn that I want to use? Like, why am I limiting myself to not have fun, you know? I have 300 grams of each, and I'm hoping it's all good because I got this yarn at the Ginger Twist Studio in Scotland, and I'm not in Scotland, so it's gonna have to work. I caked two, oh, that's attached, I forgot, 2 of each color with my mom last night. We got it into a big knot because we were watching Jury Duty last night, and then we kind of got distracted because I was supposed to have Jury Duty, so we're like, let's watch Jury Duty. But I don't have Jury Duty anymore, so this is just like the natural color, and then the color I'm excited about is this. It's called Lollybrook. It's like this purple in some lightings, red in some lightings, and it's not just one solid color. It kind of varies throughout, and I absolutely love this color, and I absolutely love stripes. Why not make something that I love, made out of all the things that I love? Look at, there's dog hair on it, sorry, but look at this color. And in different lighting, it looks different. Like right now, I feel like it looks purpley, but if you come like over here, I feel like it's more of a reddish color. Actually, I don't know because I cannot see the viewfinder, but depending on the different lighting, it looks purple or red or who knows. Anyway, I decided to start on the shorts because depending on how much yarn I have left, I can make a little tank sweater cardigan combo or just like a chunky sweater. I haven't decided how I want to make the sweater, the top portion yet. So I did start the shorts this morning, so I just made a little rib. See how it's different colors throughout? It's not one solid color, but I did make a waistband. All I did was half double crochets. I did 10. Technically I did 11, one for a turning chain, and then work in the back loops only, and then at the front and the end before I connected it, I did make 2 little holes, so there's just chains there instead, because I am going to add a drawstring eventually. I did a row of half double crochets in Lollybrook in that color, and then now I'm switching and doing the cream, and all I'm gonna do is half double crochets. I think I thought about doing a knit stitch. I didn't want to. I just wasn't feeling it, and I thought of doing some sort of wave stitch, but I also didn't want to do that. I just want a like plain solid stripes. That doesn't, plain like chunky straight across stripes for the shorts. So all I'm doing is half double crochets around and around and around, turning my work as I go. And I've never made shorts before, so although this is a simple stitches, I've never made shorts, so it's something a little bit different. I'm just going to keep working, and then eventually I think I'm gonna add increases on the hips on the sides, and then I have to make a crotch at some point, and then legs. Seems simple enough. I did start without you, and I'm terribly sorry, but I lost my hook. I'm using a 5mm hook because I just want these just to be like a little relaxed type of short, and then I can wear just like boy shorts underneath or something and just make a comfy set. Love a good set, love a good stripe, love a good purple, love a good cream, love a good short. We're just gonna be crocheting together. So if you want to grab your crochet stuff, and I've got mine, I'm already working. You're behind. You're behind. You need to go get your stuff and start crocheting so we can crochet together. And I'm just gonna give you updates on what I'm doing and the thought process behind this. I'm literally, my leg is in the air and I'm just crocheting like this. So I'm actually getting a workout in while I crochet. Life hack and balance too. Doing it all. Next day, so I made some good progress on the shorts. They're looking a little wonky right now because we've got one crotch leg done and one not. So to give a little bit of a recap, I started doing increases. I did one on each side and then one on each side of the back, so 4 increases, and I did the hip increases for 8 rows and then the butt increases for 12, just 1 increase every row, kind of in the same area. And then I made the little crotch thing, so all I did was, once I got to my end, is chain however many I needed to chain. I don't even remember at this point. And then I found the middle of the back and then slip stitched, and then I actually cut off and I did one side of the leg, and then the other side I'm just going to do the same thing and work back into those chains. And this is where I'm at. So I still need to finish the leg, and my mom texted me. So I think I want to add a border in the creamish color. I want to do the picot stitch, and then I also want to do the picot stitch at the waistband, because my plan for the waistband, it's a little bit too big right now because it was gonna have a drawstring tie. However, I am making a fake drawstring. So I have my 2 holes here. I'm going to make a drawstring and just put it through the 2 holes and then tie it, so you won't, it's not going all the way around, but it'll still have the tie effect. And then I'm going to take some elastic thread and just do probably like single crochet into the top of the shorts, and then on top of that do the picot stitch in cream, so it'll have an elastic waistband. And last night I was thinking, I think I want to make a tank top and a cardigan, or at least a tank top. I'm not really feeling the sweater anymore, and I'm not really feeling the cardigan as of now, but I feel like a tank top would be really cute. That is where I'm at. I've made a lot of progress pretty quickly. I started these yesterday, and this is where I'm at. As you can see, I was sitting in my bed, like in a blob, just crocheting away. But it's time to do some more. Hopefully I can finish the shorts today and then start on the top. I finished the shorts. I still need to weave in some ends and to do the tie because we've got some holes. They look weird because they're not on, and I didn't want like my whole crotch out, so I made them a little bit longer, and they're high-waisted. They're adorable. I love them. I just finished off the other side, and then this is a picot stitch, but instead of a single crochet, I did a half double crochet in between each stitch. I initially was using a 5mm hook, but then I took a 3.5, and I did single crochets all the way around. If you can see that, I did that with elastic thread. I did 2 layers of elastic thread, and then I took a 4mm hook and I did the picot stitch around the top. So now it cinches, so it like is a waistband because it was a little loose before. I think I want to make, because the shorts come up to like here, I want to make like a little cropped in between a tank top and like a bralette, and I just want to do the same stripy pattern and do the picot stitch along the bottom. I don't know how I want to make the top yet, if I want to make it like a halter. Look what I realized. Okay, so I mean, I feel like you can tell by now, these are the colors that I'm working with, and I'm drinking out of this mug. And for my 21st birthday, I went to Salem, Massachusetts, and I made a broom with my mom. That right there. Let me just show you the colors of my broom. Ready? Is that not, I mean, it's like neutral color with the red and then the green tassel. It was like a sign that I didn't even know. I wanted to make it out of those colors and I didn't even know why. And here we are, 2 years later. And now I'm making an outfit to match my broom, I guess. But time to start the tank. I've got the base of the top done. And then I also made little straps. I just did a foundation half double crochet and then I did another row on each side, so there's 3 rows. Now I think I want to add elastic thread to the bottom and the top to kind of cinch it a little bit and give it some more shape. And then I'm going to add the straps, and then I'm going to do a picot stitch on the bottom and then all the way around everywhere on the top in the straps. What is this? I was using a 6mm hook for the top and I used a 5 for the bottom, and I went down to a 3.5, so that's 1.5. If I do 4, that's 2. I'm sorry, this is very uninteresting. I'm just doing math, but basically, if you've never used elastic thread before, I'm actually going to use 2 strands at the same time because I have a pretty small, like this is pretty small, but I'm using a 4mm hook, and all I'm doing is make a slip knot like usual and then pull it through and do a chain like usual. And I'm just going to be doing a row of single crochets as if this were regular yarn. When I do the picot stitch, I'm going to do it right over top as if that elastic isn't even there. So I'm working like from the inside out right now, and then when I do the picot stitch, I'll flip it and work the other way so it'll cover this row right here. And I'm using a hook 2 sizes smaller than what I was initially using, just so it cinches it even more. I think for the top, I might only go down 1, like the top part, because it doesn't need to be as cinched, but for the bottom, I want it to really I was working outside with my dog and she was catching too many flies. Actually, she never got one. She was chasing too many flies. So we went back in the house because she whips around like she's 2 years old and she's not 2 years old. So I did finish the top. I do need to fix, so like on the straps, I need to tack the little edges, the little picot stitch down, and I also have yet to try this on, but I think it looks really cute. Look at the set so far. Like, do you see that? Very exciting. My plan, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm going to make the full bottom section, so do it as 1 piece instead of 3. Once I hit the armpit, I'm going to split off and do the back panel and then the 2 fronts, and then I'll just have to attach it at the shoulder. Anyway, so what I was trying to explain, I just went ahead and did it because it wasn't making any sense, I have a feeling. So it's like this, right? And it goes around my body, like the entire cardigan, until I got to my armpit where the sleeve hole would be. And then I worked in 3 strips. So I did the panels individually. So we got front, and back. It's hanging down right now. And then the front panels have an extra block because that will be the middle. So it attaches so there won't be 2 blocks of the same color. So this will be like the top of the shoulder. And so it's 1 full piece. And all I had to do is attach it at the shoulders. See here. Here, if it's upside down, it just looks like a rectangle with 2 slits in it, and the ends are a little bit longer. You can hear the dryer, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm doing laundry, and I have a lot of laundry to do. But I finished the outfit. Also, I found these leg warmers that I made in the past that match, so I don't even have to make new ones. And with these boots, look at this outfit right now. This is top 3 things I've ever made. I absolutely love this. This is so comfortable. I would wear it today. However, it is 40 degrees out, a little too cold for that. But for the summer, when it's like a little bit, not chilly, but just windy, because this is so comfortable and lightweight. It's wool, but you can't even, like, it's breathable, because I thought about doing linked double crochet, and if you don't know what that is, basically it takes away the gaps in your stitches, but I feel like I like it with the gaps, and it makes it more airy and comfortable. I love this. I want to make this again in another color. This is definitely top 5, if not higher, things I've ever made. And it looks pretty simple, and it wasn't super complex. However, I did try a lot of new techniques. I've never used elastic thread before. I'd never done a foundation chain, half double crochet before. Is that what I even did? Now I didn't remember. Which I don't really want to point to my crotch, but my crotch stitching things, I tried a new technique or like a few different tweaks from what you would really normally do in the round, because I feel like a lot of shorts have like a weird area in the crotch, like the crotch looks weird, and I don't think mine does. I think it looks normal. Like on regular pants it looks normal, but I feel like if you crochet it looks kind of strange. I don't know. I still have so much yarn. I was going to make a cardigan, as we discussed, but I wasn't feeling it. Now, I just wasn't feeling the stripiness, and I didn't have enough of one color to just make it out of one. However, look at this sweater that my mom got. Look at this cardigan. Does it match? I don't know. I can't really tell. It does match, in fact. It's not the same, but it's pretty. See, I wanted it to be a solid color, but I didn't have enough to make it a solid color, and this is the exact fit that I wanted it to be. This is perfect. Literally, these were for, I've made these in the past, and this just got. So, perfect. This is so exciting. Anyway, I did not wear this on my birthday because it was like 40 degrees and rainy and yucky, so the wrong weather. However, I have basically my new favorite outfit. That's pretty much it. If you made something while I made something, what did you make? I want to hear all about it. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you had fun watching. I'm kind of losing my voice because on my birthday I was sick, and then I'm allergic to tree nuts, and so I didn't know this until it was too late, but I ate something with nuts in it and I had an allergic reaction. And so I'm still a little bit recovering from that, so my voice is a little Anyway, I feel like I'm staring directly at the sun, but I hope you have the best day ever and your coffee tastes like magic. Bye!